Welcome friends, welcome to our YouTube channel. In the previous session, we are discussing about the theodolite traversing and various methods of traversing and basics of theodolite traversing. Now, in that session, we are studying about the gauge traverse table and closing error calculations. We are also learning about the different types of coordinate system. Now, we are moved to the coordinate system. In the coordinate system, two types of coordinate have been calculated. One is the consecutive coordinate and second one is the independent coordinate. The latitude and departure of the point calculated with respect to the preceding point is called consecutive coordinates. The consecutive coordinate may be positive or negative depending upon the quadrant in which they lie. While the independent coordinates of any point with respect to common origin, and the origin may be a station or traverse or a point entirely outside the traverse. The gauge traverse table, the independent coordinate of all points are made positive by suitably selecting coordinate of the starting station of traverse. Now next, we are moving to the closing error. Now in the closing error, there have been one important question is that balancing. What are the methods used to balancing the traverse? The term balancing is generally applied to the operation of applying correction to the latitude and departures. This is applied only for closed traverse. The total error of latitude and departures are determined and distributed among the traverse station proportionally. Now we are moving to the methods used to balancing the traverse. First method is body rule, transit rule and third rule. Now we are moving to the body rule. Body rule is used to balance a traverse where linear and angular measurement are equal precision. In this method, error in angular measurement are inversely proportional to its length, where L is the length of formula for correction to latitude of any side is equal to total error in latitude multiplied by length of that side upon perimeter of traverse. You can use that formula for departure as same as also. In that formula, summation L is equal to total error in latitude. Summation D is equal to total error in departure. L is equal to length of the side. And summation of L is equal to perimeter of traverse. Now we are moving to the next rule is called. Now see the example on Body's rule. See in the table some of the data of latitude, departure, line and length are given. So we have to apply the correction as per the Body's rule. For applying the correction, first we have to summate the all latitude and we have to get the sum of all departure. That is the algebraic summation of latitudes and departure. So we can get the summation of latitude is equal to 0.66 and summation of departure is equal to 0.88. Now we are moving to the application of correction. As per the formula of correction of Body's rule, the correction of latitude for AB, BC, CD and DA line respectively is equal to summation of latitude multiplied by length of that line and upon perimeter is equal to 0.66 multiplied by length of AB upon the perimeter of all traverse. So we can get correction for individual line AB is equal to 0.148. Now the total correction is 0.66. we can get previously is that the total correction of latitude is 0.66. The error is positive, so we have to apply the correction is negative. First, we have to subtract our correction from our actual reading. The latitude of line AB is 218.50 and we have to subtract 0.148 and we can get reading, and we have to procedure simultaneously with respect to another lines. In that next, we have to apply the correction in the same way with departure when we have to correct the old departure with respect to the line, each line. Now, in last, we have to prepare the correction table after the correction of latitude and departures. Now we are moving to the next rule, transit rule. This transit rule is used to balance a tower where angular measurement are more precise than linear measurement. The formula for correction of latitude or departure of any line as per the transit rule is equal to the total error in latitude or departure multiply latitude or departure of that line upon arithmetic sum of all latitude. See, in the example, there have been some of the data is given for latitude, departure, line and length. Now we are getting the sum of all latitude and sum of all departure. For sum of all latitude and sum of all departure is equal to 0.66 and 0.88. Now we can get arithmetic sum of latitude and arithmetic sum of departure, because as per the formula we have to put the arithmetic sum of latitude and arithmetic sum of departure here. ASL is the short form of arithmetic sum of latitude. Now we are putting the values in that formula, like summation of L is equal to 0.66 multiplied by latitude of that line upon arithmetic sum of latitude, and we can get the reading of correction of AB of that each line of latitude. Now total correction is 0.66, so error is positive and our correction is negative. After that we are applying correction to that line and we can get the reading 218.223. After that correction apply for BC 42.107. In the same way we have to apply that correction for departure also and we can get the corrected reading. For departure the correction is positive or error is negative, so correction is positive, right? Correction is negative, so error is negative and correction is positive. So we have to apply our correction, summarize the whole correction into our actual reading and we can get the corrected consecutive coordinates of each line. After that we have to prepare a table for corrected consecutive coordinate and we have to check that our correction is right or not. For applying the correction of summation L and summation D should be 0. If that have been some variance of 0.01, that should be negligible. Now we are moving to the next rule, third rule. The third rule is used when the corrections are to be applied separately. That rule is applied correction separately as per its quadrantial position. For correction to northing of that line is equal to 1 half multiplied by total error in latitude multiplied by northing of that line upon arithmetic sum of northing. Correction to the southing of any line is equal to 1 half multiplied by total error in latitude multiplied by southing of that line upon arithmetic sum of southing. Correction to the easting of any line is equal to 1 half multiplied by total error in departure multiplied by easting of that line upon arithmetic sum of easting. Next thing, correction to the westing of any line is equal to 1 half multiplied by total error in departure multiplied by westing of that line upon arithmetic sum of westing. Now see, as per the example, how can we apply the transit rule in our actual real life problems. See in the table, some of the data has been given for 4 lines and length and latitude coordinates. Now for applying the third rule, first we have to calculate the total error. Right? Total error is 0.66. Total error means summation of latitude and algebraic summation of departure. Barabar? Right? Now we have to get the reading of sum of northing, southing, easting and westing. For finding the northing, we have to check that how can we find the northing from the given data of latitude and departure. That is the very simple process. If the reading of latitude is positive is called northing, and if the reading of latitude is negative is called southing. Same procedure for departure. If the reading of departure is positive, we call that is easting, and if the reading is negative, then it is the westing. Right? That reading is negative 86.80 and 277.03. So that reading is westing. That is the very simple process for finding the reading is southing, easting, westing or northing. Now we are applying the correction for northing. So we have a two component only for northing of that line. So AB and BC only two line have a northing component. So we have only adopt the correction for both line also. So we do not have to apply correction to all line because that should not have any northing coordinate like CD and DA should not have any northing coordinate. It should have a southing component. So we have to apply that correction for southing. Now correction to northing as per the formula of third rule, AB correction for AB is equal to 1 half into summation of L multiplied by northing of AB. Northing of AB means 218.50. The latitude is positive is called northing upon 260.66 and we can get the error. Error is a total error of latitude is positive, so correction is negative. See in that the total error of latitude is positive, so correction is negative. So we have to minus that from the our actual reading and we can get the corrected reading. Same procedure we are following for BC. Now next we are applying the correction to southing. For correction to southing we are putting the correction to that line that should have only a component of southing. CD and DA are both line having a component of southing, but AB and BC doesn't have. So as per the formula, we are putting the data and we can get the corrective result. But we have to note such a thing that the total error in latitude is positive, so correction is negative. So we don't have to sometime we have to apply the correction as per the total error, right? We should not have to apply correction as per the total error. So we are also considering the signs of that error while applying the correction. Now as per the next, the correction for easting. For easting, total error in latitude, correction of easting is positive and correction is westing is negative. How can we calculate? We can get the reading positive after the calculation and we can get reading the negative after the calculation because 0.88 have a negative sign. So we have to consider that sign for easting and westing also. That is the easting and that is the southing. Sorry, there have been some uh, type of mistake. There have been easting data, right? 86.80, right? That is the southing of CD and southing of D, right? That is there have been some of the mistake, right? That is the easting data, right? There have been also some of the mistake like 86.80. We should have to consider the negative sign for only total error purpose, right? Not we should have to consider the old sign for the old data. We should only have to major component of the formula and we can get the sign of errors. Now we are seeing in the actual is that how can we mitigate the close error using the third rule, that is the another example, and we can get the corrected table. We are seen in the previous how can we corrected the coordinate and we are applying the correction to each coordinate and we can get the each coordinate separately by applying correction to the third rule and we can get the corrected reading table and we can also check the summation of latitude and departure. That should have be 0. If not 0, then we should have mistake at some point of calculation. Now we are moving to the Gales table. That is the one of the format or tabular form on is called Gales table. This table is generally determined for uniformity purpose. It is widely used because its simplicity. So the method of recording and computation are systemic and we can get the data and understand each and every person if the recordings are formatted. That also allows to balance the traverse and getting the corrected reading as per the tabular format. See in the picture is that first we have to note down the traverse station in column. After that we have to note down the traverse line in column 5. Write the length of various line in column 6. In the last I am showing you the total number of columns in the Gauge traverse table and what are the parameters should be noted in the Gauge traverse table. In the fourth column, as per the fourth point, we have to put the angles in column 2 and we have to put the sum of included angles also at the last point for error checking purpose. After that, we have to enter the correction in column 3. We have to put the corrected angle in column number 4. We have to enter the WCB in column number 7. We have to enter the RB in column number 8. And we have to enter the quadrants of RB in column number 9. After that, we have to compute the consecutive coordinates and determine latitude departure using the column number 6 and RB using the column number 8. We have to enter the latitude and departure in column number 10 to 30s. In the latitude and departure, we have make a two separate column of northing, southing, and for departure purpose, we have provide easting, westing. After that, we have to sum up the whole latitude, departure, and determine the closing error. Calculate corrections by Bowditch rule and enter in column 14 to 17. Correct the consecutive coordinates and enter them in column number 18 to 21. After that, we have to put the independent coordinate in column 22, 23. Now, that is the Gauge traverse table that can we discuss previously. That is the another different columns and data format that we can use for our data preparation. This table is called Gauge traverse table. Gauge traverse table is nothing but a format of data collection and data preparation. Now we are moving to the traverse area. We are seen in the previous that how can we correct our coordinate. Now we are seen that how can we calculate the area using the independent coordinate and latitude and double meridian and departure and total latitude. As per the independent coordinate or XY method, this method is also called the XY method. We can calculate the area from the independent coordinates. Now we have some coordinates X and Y. So first we have to arrange that coordinate in a row form X and Y. After that we have to multiply cross multiplication process. We are applying cross multiplication and we can get the reading by summation of the cross multiplication process of each and every coordinate. So we have to multiply x1 with y2 and y1 with x2, right? That is the cross multiplication process. So the area summation of A is equal to y1 x2, y2 x3, y3 x4, y4 x5 and y5 x1. First we have to add the solid line and multiply with each other and sum at each other. After that, we have to sum of products of coordinate joined by dotted line. Summation of B is equal to x1 y2 multiplied by x2 y3 plus x3 y4 plus x4 y5 plus x5 y1. Double area is equal to sigma A minus sigma B. The area is equal to 1 half sigma A minus sigma B. Now we are seen in the real problem. After the applying the correction, we have to calculate the two coordinates of first is consecutive and after that we have to apply the independent coordinate. So we can use the independent coordinate for calculation of area. We have consecutive coordinates, latitudes and departure. So we have to prepare the independent coordinate. First, we have to select the maximum reading 200 and we have to add it into the our actual latitude 425 minus 245 is equal to 180.50. After that we have to subtract 150, so 30 plus 170 is equal to 200, and in that case we can choose 100. That value we can get from the consecutive coordinate. So we have to select the number that should nearly about the y coordinate, right? That is the y coordinate. Departure is the x coordinate, that is the y coordinate. So the y maximum y coordinate is nearly about the 2 to 5 and departure is nearly about the 110, so we can select the 100. So we have to assume 200 and 100 first independent coordinate. After that we have to sum it and subtract. We can get the that reading 100 plus 120 is equal to 220, 220 plus 210 is equal to 430 minus 110 is 320 and after 100. So we can get both the reading are same, first reading and last reading, both the reading are same. After that we have to arrange the data into the row format and we have adopt the cross multiplication process. As per the formula, we are putting the data in the formula and we can get the area of that traverse. Now we have to move to the omitted measurement. Sometimes it is not possible to take all the measurement due to obstacle. Such a missing quantities are known as omitted measurement. They can be calculated from the cone latitudes and departures. The number of such omissions is not more than 2. So we can get only the 2 number of omissions by using this methodology for calculation of omitted measurement. In such cases, there is no check on accuracy of the field work nor can be traversed to be balanced because we shouldn't have a proper data. If we do not have two data, so we do not apply the corrections properly. When we are now, one question is arises that when we are using the omitted measurements, when the bearing of line is omitted, when the length of line is omitted, and when the bearing and length one line are omitted. When the length of one line and bearing of another line are omitted. When the length of two lines are omitted and when the bearing of two lines are omitted. Now we are seeing in the picture is that we shouldn't have a measurement of EA line and bearing. So for finding the length and bearings of the line could not be measured due to certain reasons. So omitted or the omitted quantities are computed as summation of departure is equal to L sin theta 1, L2 sin theta 2 and L2, L3 sin theta 3. And sum of latitude is equal to L1 cos theta 1, L1 cos theta 3 and sum of all line is equal to, the sum of the whole line, root of the whole line and latitude and departure is equal to summation of L square plus summation of departure square, and bearing of the line theta is equal to tan inverse sigma d by L. Now see, in the real scenario is that there have been three readings has been given and the length and bearings of the one line is not given. So how can we find out the length and bearing? Now see next. First we have to calculate latitude and departure of the available data. After that we have to put the data of summation of latitude and we have put L cos theta for missing reading and summation of departure is equal to L sin theta for the missing reading, and we can get the value of L cos theta and L sin theta. So we can put that value into the latitude and departure. After putting the that value, we have to summate the whole summation of L and summation of D square, and we can get the length of line is equal to 203.59 meter. After that, we are finding the angle of that bearing. Theta is equal to tan inverse summation of departure upon summation of latitude. So theta is equal to 79 degree 53 minute and 24 second. So the latitude and departure value are negative. So line DA lies in a third quadrant. So that quadrant is S and W. And our whole circle bearing is 190 degree 6 minute and 36 second. Now that is the important question is given for your preparation purpose. Now what is the closing error, the different method of balancing of closing error in closed tower, explain in one method. Define latitude and departure, differentiate between the consecutive and independent coordinate. Now question number 3 example, you have to solve that example and you can more practice of that type of example. So you have to habitate with this type of example. In that next, that is another example, that is the another questions that you are preparing for your exam purpose or interview purposes also. Now that is the another questions for preparation of exam and your interview preparations for the theodolite traversing. Thank you. I hope you will understand theodolite traversing well and you have interestingly studying about the theodolite traversing.